So today's video is just going to be a very quick update on my language learning in Instituto Cervantes. So I recently completed the A1 level from A1, A2 to A1.1, A1.2 to A1.3. So that basically completes the A1 course. And for the A1 course, I can now introduce myself very basic. With very basic details like my name, from where I am, what my job is. I can describe myself physically and my personality. I can also say what I like me gustan. I can also describe my daily activities, and I now know the numbers, the days of the week, the months. I can now say the time, the proper way of saying the time in Spanish. And what else can I say? And a little bit of food ordering. But that is it. Those are very basic. And for me, you'll be the judge for yourself if A1, if the whole A1 level is enough for you and for your language needs. But for me, it's not yet enough. I just want to share what happens in the A1 level and the A1 courses in Instituto Cervantes. So A1.3 is the last class or the last sub-level for the A1 course. And at the end of the A1.3, there will be an exam where the professor will judge you for your writing skills and oral skills, so that to ensure that you are really prepared to go to the next level, A2, because they really have to make sure that you have a good foundation of the language before you can proceed to the A2, because if not, then it will be your loss, because you'll get confused in the upper levels of the language anyway. So they really have to make sure that you have a good foundation. And saying that is also the reason why, for me, in A1, it was a little bit repetitive. There were a lot of reviews throughout the course, especially in A2. Almost half the course was spent reviewing A1, and then A1, and then in A1.3, a lot of it was also reviewing what was learned in A2. So it was just really repetitive. The pacing is slow, but I understand it because the A1 is the basic. You really have to have a strong foundation of the basic rules of the language. So, and you really have to internalize the structure of the language, so that it will prepare you more towards the upper levels of the language. So it was slow, the pacing was slow, but I understand it. And for new language learners, that would be very beneficial. A very slow pace for the basic, it's very beneficial. I am not a new language learner. Spanish is my second foreign language. So my first is French, and they're very close. So I feel like the pacing was slow because I already know the basic of language teaching of the languages, because they're both kind of the same. But if I imagine myself as a beginner, as a complete foreign language beginner, I would really appreciate the slow pace of the language, because for me in French, I didn't have a good basic foundation, so I kind of struggled in the A2, B1, and B2 levels. That's why, even though for me the A1 level in Spanish was a little bit slow, I really appreciate it, because I know that will just prepare me for the upper levels. What can I say in Spanish now? Hola, me llamo, my name. Tengo 27 años. Vivo en Ciudad de Quezon. Soy filipina. Soy joven. Soy amable. Soy amable pero un poco Baga un poco aburrida. Soy un poco alta y un poco delgada. Llevo gafas y llevo una camiseta. Me gusta leer, bailar y pasear. So that's it. It's very basic. It's the words are not coming to me naturally yet, but that's understandable because it's very basic. I don't have enough words for me to really express myself, and I only know how to say things in the present tense, because in A1 you only learn about the present tense. So it's very limited. For example, if I am in a Spanish country and I only need to ask the basic questions like ¿Dónde está la pizzeria, la cocineria? I can express myself, but if I really have to talk, I won't be able to because my language level is very low. So for me, it's definitely not enough. It depends on your needs if A1 is going to be enough for you. If you just want a little bit, just a very basic knowledge of Spanish, then A1 is already enough. If you need a language to be able to comfortably speak it, A1 is not enough. A2, maybe, I'm not yet sure. But according to the professor, A2 is going to be enough of a level to be able to speak clearly, to be able to travel comfortably, to be able to manage in the language. So yeah, I will enroll further for A2. It's just that it's expensive. It was already expensive before. Before last year, it was 4,800 for weekday classes and then 350 for weekend classes. But now it went back to their prices before pandemic. So weekday classes are now 5,350 and weekend classes are now 5,800. So that's expensive, especially since you only complete 1 or 2 chapters of the book per class. So it's kind of expensive, but I don't really have a choice. And yeah, I don't really have a choice. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions again regarding language learning, let me know in the comments and I will respond to your questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.